Good morning. There's the view from beautiful Jacksonville Beach this morning. The sun was out a little bit earlier, but not right now. And how are you doing? Good morning and welcome to the Real Estate Walk and Talk. So, got some things to share about yesterday from me. You ever have a day when things just don't go according to plan? You're wondering, how things maybe went awry? Well, if that's happened to you, I would love to know how you turn that around. I'll tell you about my day yesterday. It didn't exactly go according to plan. The day before yesterday, I had a little phone malfunction. Hey, we got Melissa watching. Hey, welcome. How are you doing, Melissa? Good to see you. So the day before yesterday, we had a little phone malfunction. My phone was hanging out on the side of my pool, and my kiddos decided that they wanted to wash away some ants and decided to douse my phone with some water. And I found it and I was like, okay, well, I feel like I see a little puddle here. It's not a big deal. Put it in some rice. Didn't exactly work out that way. So I thought I was going to resuscitate the phone. Didn't do it. Started yesterday with my phone broken. Hard to conduct business without a phone these days. Crazy. So that happened throughout the day. I know I missed a deadline and I messed something up at work, and it was frustrating me because I let some people down, and I'm like, oh man, that's not cool. My business partners, of course, are great accountability partners and wanted to let me know about that, as they should. And see what else happened. I had an investment that I was lining up, and it was a number of different accounts that I was putting together, and the custodian that I work with put the money in the wrong account. So I had to unwind that and spend like 2 hours doing that. And then yesterday, as I was after work, we went on a bike ride, and we were going in with a pack of friends, and then lo and behold, my daughter fell on her bike, and she's okay. She was fine. It was not a big fall, but as a parent, you're always, you take that hard. So it was a day where there weren't many things that went according to plan. Can you relate to that? So my question to you is, how do you turn that around? What do you do to maintain that positive outlook in a day where every time you feel like you start a project or you start a task, in the back of your mind, you're saying, I have a feeling that this is not going to be as smooth as it should be. Melissa, what do you do? What do you do? I want to hear what you do in the morning. I know you're an incredibly positive person. And I'd love to hear from all of you. So here's what I do. Here's what kind of turned the corner for me. I really search for a simple moment where I can just be grateful. And Melissa says, today is a new day. You're absolutely right. Today is a new day. And last night I had this moment where I was just so grateful. But you got to search for that moment. You can't just continue down that negative path if things aren't going your way. You have to search for it. So after all the craziness of the day, the moment of gratitude that I had that completely changed it for me had to do with my daughter. So my daughter is 7. And earlier this week, she lost her first big tooth, and she was super excited. And she had her other big tooth that was sort of wobbly, and she was excited about it falling out, but also super scared and all those emotions. And so then yesterday, after the whole craziness of the day ended, my daughter had the courage to let my wife pull the tooth out, and I didn't know it was going on. And then when it happened, my daughter ran right into the room. I was with my son reading him a book, and my daughter just was so excited about having this huge gaping hole in the middle of her mouth. It was like the courage that she had, the bravery that she had, and the ability for her to look at herself and see these 2 holes in her mouth was the greatest joy that she ever had. And I just thought about what a simple pleasure, what a blessing children are. And then they just kind of put things in perspective. And so, but I think the key here, what I do is, I try really, really hard to search for that moment of gratitude, something simple, and then focus my thoughts on it. I would love to hear what you all do. Or maybe you have beautiful days all the time and just things always go according to plan. That'd be nice. But if you don't, if you're like me, I'd love to hear what you do. Melissa says, she's got a quote here. She said, do you really have a bad day, or did you have a bad 5 minutes that ruined your whole day? Absolutely. That's exactly right. Now, and the moral of the story here is You start to change your perception of how the day went. You know, I did get a new phone. That's how I'm able to do this Facebook Live with you guys. So literally was able to get a new phone, get it all ready to go, charged up, and turned around in 24 hours or less. I mean, talk about, you know, just the wonderful things that we have in our life to be able to replace something like that very quickly. You know, all of these big mountains that we create for ourselves really are inconsequential in the greater scheme of life. So I appreciate all of you walking and talking with me this morning. We've got 4 people joining right now. Appreciate Melissa sharing on this as well. Melissa is a huge part of our team at JWB, and I am so thankful to have you as a teammate, Melissa. And for any of you, I'm going to be doing for any of you who like to connect a little bit more, I'm going to be doing a live Q&A today at 12:30. Pablo Gonzalez, our host of the show, and I will be on at 12:30 today. I'll put the link in the description here. It's jwbqanda.com. Spell out and. jwbqanda.com. That's at 12:30 if you want to connect. So I hope you have a great rest of the day. Choose to be positive. Choose to find that simple moment of gratitude. And crush it, everybody.